stuff at our house. So I thought we could just share something we like to make or eat food-wise for fall. And go first. We always, my kids and I always make caramel corn. Sorry, we'll make it together.
Yeah.
You're like,
oh, okay. We have a couple of holidays. Holidays in our family. So it usually centers around that. But when my son was little, his name's Luke, his birthday's in October, and we started with his birthday. Started in Oktoberfest. So always excited. But now he's turning 10, kind of thrown out of that, which is kind of sad. But for the adults, for drinks, if you've never done apple cider and caramel apple vodka.
Our recent thing started a couple years ago. I don't know who here knows Jennifer Cooper. She did at Covington. Now she's over at Avoid. She gave me a cookie recipe for pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, and that has literally been the first thing that we make now every time fall is coming. Because she brought it in for my son once, and yeah. So that's what I think of for the country.
My kids like to do the pumpkin seeds after we cut the pumpkin. We do that. Seeds after we cut the pumpkin. We do that. Besides that, my favorite thing to make is chili and fall. My nice football Sunday.
I made a mistake 10 years ago. I think it's been 10 years of making Rice Krispie treats and dipping them in like colored melted chocolate just without that and putting eyeballs on them. And now it's really good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I made this treat, but it is pretty tasty in the fall. Muddy.
Oh.
We also like to make caramel corn, and we like to do the caramel apples. Golden caramel system. We have one that's working on, so kind of get away with that eventually. And I love to just make spiced apple cider and just let it sit on the stove top, so it's so cool.
Awesome, made a mistake one year. I just had one child was doing fancy Halloween treats, so now they request every year pretzels in like a shape and then white chocolate around and cheese look like a spider web. I'm sure your kids have come home with them, yeah. And yeah, those are not easy to treat for. And when you make them for a class of 8, not a big deal. Then when you go to 3 kids with 18 in the class, it's awesome. But every year they're like, and the kids are also request them. They're not putting in spider web. So yeah, don't start something you don't want to do forever.
Brian.
What was the icebreaker question? I was busy with this. I got it working though.
It's what's a fall treat or something that you and the boys like to make or eat or buy?
Oh man, well we can't bake very well, so we try like pumpkin bread. Pretty yummy.
So much like Lindsay and Brian. So my neighborhood is full. I have almost 1-year-old now. Our neighborhood is full of kids, and they always end up at my house. Always. And so we bake. We do a lot of baking, and we make a pumpkin chocolate chip bread and these little mini loaves for them to take home when we do that. And they've already started asking because I may have already decorated for Halloween. There's just a little pumpkin, but the girls are already coming over, and they're like, bread. It's fun. They love it, we'll do it like every Saturday, because otherwise they care about it. The whole house, and so it's easy. So the pumpkin.
We're kind of more a bread family too. We do pumpkin bread and then we plant our garden leaf. So we're just now starting our harvest of tomatoes. So we go into like soups and stews and it's like really rustic with bread.
I love to bake. So I have my baking season when it starts getting cool. Until it starts getting warm again, and I just bake whenever I can. My husband swears on my cinnamon rolls. We work at them every time. So yeah, anything and everything, cookies, cakes. My family doesn't like store-bought cakes for their birthday. I usually end up making, their favorite is the Boston cream pie. So yeah, I'll request that every time.
I'm pretty traditional, apple pie, crumble top. But then last year, for the first time, we did kind of a caramel apple bar. So instead of like a full caramel, like a full apple, you cut them up and add all different toppings. And that's kind of a big hit. And it was also pretty easy. So it was like sprinkles and chocolate chips and all that. And it was pretty good, so.
All right, thanks guys, I love that. So one of the things that we wanted to try to talk about during this meeting is some ideas that you guys might have or what you want to see from the PTC this year. We were able to do, and Brian will get into that a little bit, that the parents and the kids want to see. So we kind of wanted to open the floor for ideas or what you guys would, new members of the school just coming in for like sixth grade. So stuff like that, to make people feel more welcomed or different activity nights. I know a lot of you are new, so anything that you've done in the past PTCs that you think we do 2 dances, and we're definitely going to be doing those a winter and the spring. And then we do Chick-fil-A, but we want to really up the ante a little bit and do more and have more involvement with the school and the kids. I want to see what you guys have ideas. One thought that I brought up with the board already that I thought could work. In the newsletter, you guys probably saw that there was a sign-up genius for the tailgate that's coming up that we're asking for donations. And one thing that I thought, figuring out a way to kind of help them while helping us, like doing at the football game, they could have like a sign with their business on it and like hope that would say like Woodside supporters and just get your name out there in the community. And it doesn't just have to be the tailgate. I was thinking, how could we utilize this, because we did at Covington back when we were there. So, and it worked really well. It covered a lot of the teacher lessons. We didn't have much out of pocket. So that was also an idea I thought of in figuring out where exactly we could make that work. I can jump start.
I have no idea if this is easy to PTC, but my daughter went with Mr. Clark to the leadership summit that the 8th grade student council members went, and they had to, as a group, present an idea of what they wanted to bring back to the school, and their idea was to do like the Sheridan. I'm not sure if the vice principal was bring that as a team. Conned me into like volunteering at lunchroom last week for them, so I got to see their Sheridan, and then I know that one of their teachers was from Homestead students doing like take-home bags. So anyway, those 8th graders' idea was kind of start a Sheridan and like kind of a weekend take-home stuff type of thing. So I don't know if Mr. Clark knew what he was getting into signed up to take these kids there. So I don't know if the kids really have any idea on how to do this. I told my daughter to talk to the mom with 3 minutes, and she did it. Although the take-home back starts like 82, and on the 3rd week, they were like 47 back. So I don't think that's a great idea. Working out so well. I mean, the kids love it, but they, some other things. I think they were thinking about maybe having healthy snacks for like the kids after school, before sports and things like that. So they were trying to find a way to kind of get the kids some healthier.
That's what they're putting in the bag.
Well, I'm not sure what she was just kind of rambling when she got home. She was super excited about it. I'm not sure how these 10 eighth graders are gonna try and pull, 10 or 12 eighth graders are gonna pull this off. It's like, this is not what I was envisioning when I took it there for the first time. It was geared towards high school students, and just Woodside and Cal had middle school students there. So that's pretty cool. But I think if that would be something that you could help them with, that'd be kind of cool for them to kind of involve the.
So life lessons in a backpack.
Kind of, yeah. And so Whispering Meadows does it, and like any of the leftover food, just have to put in the share bag, and then the kids can eat it when they're done. Like, oh, I'm done. Could I get from the share bin? And then anything that is not taken out of the share bin, and then they save it for the weekend, and they have these little refrigerated bags that they then send home. And the teachers try to like make sure the kids that really need them get them.
That makes so much. I have two girls that go to Whispering Meadows, and they're always talking about putting stuff in the share bin, and I'm just like, I don't think anyone wants that.
No, they do. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. These kids like devour their food. They're like, share bin, and they have to eat. Their plate has to be clear except for one day, including their milk, and then they could go to the share bin. So like anything that isn't touched, like carrots or their goldfish or the fruit little like raisins or whatever, or Uncrustables. Oh my gosh, that's such a hot item. People are like, is there a Uncrustable in there? And they're like fighting.
My daughter buys them to put them in the share bin.
Yeah.
Now I understand.
I never seen anybody buy them, but anyway, like extra milk. And so then the teacher, who's the assistant there, her daughter on the dance team, and I was like, oh, so I'm like, oh, well, mention there. She comes and does her service hours on Friday and packs little bags, and then they put them out. So I was kind of, I think some of the kids who went to the summit on Friday or Thursday had been to Whispering Meadows, and they're like, oh, we used to do this thing at Whispering Meadows. It was really popular, and so they thought they could bring it here, and they thought maybe parents could. That's what they were saying. Is they thought maybe parents could donate boxes of like snacks. Yeah, well, or whatever, that was kind of one of their ideas. Is that maybe parents could donate some stuff, or somehow they could raise money. They were talking about doing toy wars to raise money to buy some of the stuff. So they had some ideas. I would like to see it come, like to fruition for them, because it would be, nice for kids to have some follow through. Instead of just coming up with the ideas and having it just go away.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's kind of like a new thing they may potentially try and stuff. I have no idea how it's gonna go. Cool.
Exciting. Yeah, I like that.
I think kind of along those lines, that just finding out what the staff wants from the PTC would be really cool. What Mr. Clark needs and wants, what the teachers need. And then we do our teacher grants, which is great, but
Is there a support email or something? I mean, I know like right now it's kind of like for a moment, once you think about it, you might come up with an idea and send those
Yes.
ideas to you.
Yes, our email is
I know there's like a lot of parents that want to do stuff that aren't able to come like, to the PTC meetings and stuff.
Yeah. We were getting that, can I just piggyback onto your idea? We had Lauren D. Sylvester has taken over teacher appreciation this year, and she had an excellent idea that we're going to try to implement this year called a teacher supply cart. And she's hoping to have that twice throughout the year, one in the fall, so probably maybe a month or so down the road, and then one in the springtime when supplies start to get a little bit lower. It'll have like pencils on there. Tissues are a big thing she's going to focus on. And then she's planning on sending out kind of a feeler to the teachers to see what they feel like would be most important to restock with for the kids in the room and things that they personally have been buying because they're out of supplies. So, and I think she's going to plan on, she was kind of going back and forth because of the budget. She's not positive how much she can supply through our budget versus getting donations or assigning to us on that.
I think there's a lot of parents who would just like buy off an Amazon wish list and ship it to the school. Like, I think if it's easy for parents, a lot of people will do it. It's harder if you have to sign up and then go buy it and then drop it off at school. But if you
I'm
just
sure Ashley might
add it
appreciate
to cart and
it
ship it
too.
to
Yeah. To back that
I'll
up,
make sure to talk about it.
Mrs. Lloyd had that probably all already know, and that was fantastic. I thought that was a great idea. It was so easy. So as a user, for that new user, I thought it was great.
We've gotten good feedback with that too over at Covington as far as like the teacher wish list. Parents keep asking, are there updated Amazon wish lists for the teachers that we can buy from? And they're always, the ones that aren't able to help, they're more than happy to send in whatever.
Yeah.
So,
And we did get we have a list from Mr. Clark of his wants and needs. We've already got that to go through. I think we're able to check all of them off actually, which is pretty exciting.
Even his little, his sign up genius for yes, or whatever ticket, though his, like, maybe that could be turned into an Amazon list. Because it doesn't look like anyone signed up to bring that stuff in.
What is it?
His wish list.
It was in the
A
newsletter.
sign up
Okay.
genius. It was in the newsletter, but they had a table set up back to school night. We sent it out before. It's for the kids to spend their tickets on, their Strongbucks.
So they need
Oh,
supplies
okay, yeah, yeah.
for that.
Yes. But he needs
Awards.
awards, like
Actually,
candy, $5 gift cards or whatever.
And is that a wish list too? Is
It's
that
a
what you're
sign
saying?
up genius.
Oh, okay.
And that's
But
something we share
nobody,
too on the
like,
square.
literally, I'm the only person whose name is on the thing, and it's been out for months, so it makes me feel sad. I'm not kidding, but maybe a wish list would just be easier. I don't know.
And to your point, maybe just sharing it in a different location would
Yeah.
help bring awareness to it.
Yeah.
versus being-
Yeah, because we could add that to maybe parent square.
Yeah,
That'd be a way
which-
in our Facebook.
Yeah, I'm assuming you all saw that we have a Facebook group, like, maybe that's how you saw it. We also are on Parent Square, but, we do make sure to share out all of that information on the Facebook. There's not a post yet on Parent Square because I've only been able to get 30 people moved over there, but it's my goal to get more, and then eventually I'll start sharing in both places. I got an error when I tried to sign up for the Parent Square. Oh, you did? Like, what, because wasn't that in the newsletter? And then I clicked on the link and then I got an error. So I can give steps for getting in another way too.
Okay.
would there be a way to give money like through Venmo or something for the PIS?
Well, that'd be great.
Does that make sense? Because I feel like people would give money to buy the gift card, but getting, it's just easier to do Venmo.
You can do that on Amazon, like on that, when you have the Amazon wish list, you can really put it on there.
Okay, you don't, I didn't know if that has to just be used on Amazon or if it, but you know, I didn't know like if there's like a way to just do like, you know, because people see it and they can just give
Oh, we have that.
money electronically.
Yeah, we
like-
have that. We have a PayPal account, and it's tagged on our Facebook page, ways you can help. You can sign up for Kroger, the money back. There is a Woodside account, so if you link your Kroger card to that. Amazon did away with their Amazon Smile, like that one, so we can't do that one anymore. But there's also, there's a QR code on that, and it links directly to our PayPal account. So if you scan that, it gives money directly to the PayPal.
Well, I don't see it on my phone and then there's a QR code in my
Find a
phone.
change.
Well, there's.
This is from my share.
So we can I just use that for the
Sure.
reserve?
So it's, I'll just put it right there.
So if
So
those
just
are
have it
shared
for my-
together, if you can share the list and the PayPal together. Yeah, we could add the QR
Right in front
code
of the camera,
to
just
the
sharing my
list, and then you
awesome part.
could do
That can
more.
be, the good thing is this can move. Yeah, it's kinda-
There you go.
You're right on time.
Good.
I think there's a that too.
Oh,
If you don't have it.
Okay, if you have. We're just talking about ways that the PTC can help the school, the teachers, and the kids more. Any ideas? And we just got done talking about, Aaron brought up the wish list and the.
Do I have a wish list?
The strong buck.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. How are you guys? Sorry, I wasn't here on time. I was in a meeting that kind of figured was going to go a little.
We have to hear the band a little bit.
And the choir. Choir and choir.
It's like typically you don't want to be in this room. This is actual attention. But for today, this is a nice group to be with. But usually I'm prepared. I have a whole bulleted list of things going on. But we have so much going on that I'm not as prepared as usual. But it's been a really good start to the year. We're working through with our sixth graders, trying to do more. I felt like last year we were more intentional going over to fifth grade. We completely revamped what we did with our fifth graders when we went there and then when they came here. That on top of the fifth grade parent night with the showcase, completely redid that too. So hopefully kids and parents felt a little bit more informed and prepared and coming in. So really been very happy with the sixth grade and what we've seen from them. They're really maybe our best behaved group. And so they're doing really well. We have a lot of different events going on that we try to update through the newsletter. Some PTC events that we've already had. Obviously, we've had beginning of the year some breakfast or lunch items prepared for them, and appreciate PTC and the individual parents who help donate those things. Those are always great. I think just from a general perspective, anytime food or coffee is provided, they feel really special, and that's all it takes. So anytime that there's opportunities for that, we had the second semester honor roll celebration at lunch. Thanks for those who volunteered to help provide cookies and pass out cookies and certificates. And there's even some things that we want to do a little differently at the quarter, which is coming up. Getting ready to switch over 6-week rotations. So those of you with 6th and 7th graders, your kids will start their 6-week rotations here in a few days. Other than that, it's just usual school stuff, staying busy. Thank you to the PTC. We have the choir risers. They're beautiful and very much appreciated by Mrs. Good and our kids during the school day, but also her after-school choirs and show choirs are loving those. I know that was a big purchase. So Brian, thank you. Everybody who worked hard on fundraising for that, thank you, because that's just not something that's really in a budget for a school. It kind of goes outside of the silos of money that I allocated and then reallocated every year. One thing parents sometimes, or community members even sometimes don't quite understand is as a school, you can't really save money for big projects like that. It all goes back to the pool, and then based on what the state gives us, is reallocated back to the schools. Obviously, it's not always exactly even, depending on the needs of the school, but from a fundraising standpoint, the PTC is such an important aspect for some of those bigger wish list items because you're not repooling your money in a centralized location every year. So I think I had already talked about, of course I have things, in the future that we'd love to do, but, I'm perfectly fine with the PTC kind of reloading its coffers or refilling its treasure chest for future things. Some things that come to mind are sign out front. The paneling's getting a little tired, especially if you're coming from the south, headed north. You think about first impressions. We have a peeling sign out there. The lights work great, which is I have no idea something to look into updating and maintenance on that. It's nice to have a school we drive by and it presents itself just for the annual things, but providing them with the Woodside shirt. That's something the PTC helped us out with. So, like $1,500 to order 1,100 t-shirts for students and staff, but we're going to present those to them on the 25th of September at the pep rally. It's really like our first big community event in the school. It's a lot of fun. Last year was a blast. We tried to do the staff tailgate, and I got 2 rainy days in a row. So that was fun. But I think I met with Mrs. Miller already and been talking to Whitney about, helping provide the food for staff and their families on that night would be a big ask too. So.
We're gonna make sure you're all set up.
All right, great. And Amy always made fun of me. You're such a guy. So I was like, I don't know. I need meat and burgers, burgers, hot dogs, maybe some ketchup. And she's like, what if, so we need plates and things like that. And you guys can help me plan that. I'm not a very good party planner. We have a kid's birthday. So I'm like, I don't know. Let's get Jimmy John's. We need to do more than that. All right. But yeah, no, those are probably forgetting something. those are kind of our both long-term thought processes for long-term bigger asks and then just in short-term. In October, parent-teacher conference, I think this is on the list I sent. Just, those are long days and nights for the teachers, they teach all day and then stay in meetings and meet parents. I think that PTC has provided a meal in the past for them that evening. Something quick that they can just kind of grab.
How many do you usually have?
How many, what?
Teachers?
There's 55 teachers.
I always overestimate. I know we
Yeah.
did this last year.
Yeah, yeah, I don't have
Feeding
100.
300 people over
Yeah,
here. How,
no,
like, so
no.
maybe 100, or is that too much?
Yeah,
How
in
much
the
people
evening,
eat?
it'd be like, they don't typically eat as much as you think because they're so busy. So like if you're planning for food for like 50 to 60 people, I think you more than enough. And it's nice to see the custodians. They like that. They do. And we have a night shift too. That typically used to reap the benefits of that. The day shift's like, oh, they cleaned everything out.
Right.
Guess that's things that you think about that you want to ask me or?
Marcia brought up a fun little idea that you got yourself involved in.
Yeah.
With the leadership, the summit leadership, with
Yeah.
Sheridan.
The shared time, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
No, we're gonna do it. I'll work with the kids, so I don't know. Unless you can see
Are you wanting anything from us for
I
it?
don't think so. I think it's mostly gonna be generated from the food that the kids don't eat, other than throwing away. They're gonna start, in most schools, I think I do this, like a leadership crew that I took the gift that you pointed out, that we had this in elementary school. And I know Keith Love at Homestead or something, for my years there, but, no, I'm gonna kind of put that on them.
Okay.
To help, build their leadership capacity there. Those are our 8th grade student council kids and a few other select 8th graders that they went to PFW conference and came up with this idea completely separate from me. And I had to come back and, they presented it in front of a bunch of high schoolers and I got to say yes because it was easy. And I'm planning on meeting with them during warrior time, probably in the coming weeks to kind of plan out the implementation of that.
Okay.
But from a financial standpoint, it's easy to say yes to things that are free. So, that should be good because then we can hopefully figure out through our counselors what families may need that extra snacks and breakfast items and lunch items for the weekends. I know when I worked at Warsaw High School, we had like a community food pantry. So essentially, it's a grassroots movement for that to help provide food for our families in our school community that maybe on the weekends or long-term breaks they're struggling to feed their kids. Because PFW had a great heart in designing something that was free, easy to say yes to, and provides a service that needs to be in our community. I don't really need anything from the PTC for that.
Well, if you decide you need like cooler bags or refrigeration,
Offer it.
Everybody coordinators in. And we could use another co-chair, I think, with them if anybody is interested in helping out with dances. I can pass your name along to those two. They do a fabulous job and I think you'd enjoy working with them. They're very personable. 8th grade luncheons are going to be Tiffany and Whitney. Okay, it's nice to meet you. You said Tiffany and then you finally connected the dots. So yeah, I think that'll be fantastic too. And I know Whitney, you've worked with the 8th grade luncheons last year, right?
Yeah,
Helping out,
Donna.
she kind of.
Donna was amazing and taught me. Yeah.
And she's always around to kind of pass down stuff.
Yeah, she's not getting out of it.
Our
daughter
so maybe
is
Donna will
cheering
be our
together.
third.
She's helping, she doesn't know
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I'm sure she would love to.
Who is
You never lost me around a little bit.
who is the other rep with Tiffany for the 8th grade?
I think Dime to Donate is what sometimes it's called at other schools, or everybody has a little catchphrase. And we just kind of push everybody go to that school for Spirit of Pride, and then that school will give us a little bit cut back for the sales that night. So it's easy money for us and definitely used and helps us out. So
did you
that's
say the first one's September 19th?
19th, yes.
It's the same as Read Under the
Read
Light.
Under the Light, yes.
Which isn't bad, is it? Because
It's
it
good.
it starts at lunch
Are
and
you
it
doing food
goes
trucks?
until like 6.
And my wife,
Are you guys doing food
we're
trucks
having
there?
food trucks,
That's what I thought.
and they're giving a portion back, between 6 to 9. So people could do it for lunch, but for the
Yeah.
like if the family's gonna eat.
Yeah. Well, and I will say, I do know, I don't know if they'll definitely do it this year, but I know Ziana's in the past has kind of like just taken total sales and not necessarily just the Woodside sales, so.
I
Oh,
think,
man, that was an oversight.
are you able to, can you just move it? Could you ask the restaurant just to do a different
I
night?
can reach out to her.
We could probably do, we haven't really pushed it that much, have we?
I know, yeah, with the Facebook group, I was focused on this
Yeah.
announcing first, and then after this, I was going to switch over to Ziana's and pushing that out. to our
Let's
family.
try to do that then before anything does go out, because it'd be nice to have an extra week anyway, just to kind of push it out to people.
Yeah.
And just thought if they can push it back to just one day, that's flex day, so maybe we have people.
We're trying, I will say.
So
Because
there's
one
like
thing-
the original on the
No,
plan,
yeah,
right?
we're trying to, because I kind of help coordinate Carrie doing that.
Oh, okay,
and
thank you.
then I'm helping, coordinate, we're doing it with Ridge, we're trying to work together to not do the same day.
Yeah.
Because we've done that in the past, and then that's always a problem. You know what, they do not typically, but that's good. Brett went to high school with them, and I just asked him, and I was like, this is a situation, it's a flex day, we'd love for our teachers to be able to come over for lunch.
Gotcha.
And he was like, we don't usually do it, but sure.
Okay, well, maybe they will allow us to kind of push it back to the.
So that's all I was gonna say, sorry, just words.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you giving that insight. It was a good thought, yeah. Okay, we do have two other ones that we are kind of looking for more. If you wanted to this place, this night, this time, and then they'll kind of back a little bit of the proceeds